Have you ever wondered what it takes to stand against an overwhelming force? Imagine yourself vastly outnumbered, but with the fate of your nation resting on your shoulders. That's the situation facing Yang Man-chun in the epic historical film, The Great Battle. Today, we're diving into this movie to see how a small army with cunning tactics and unwavering courage faced off against a massive enemy. Did they win? How did they survive? Grab your popcorn and prepare for a thrilling The Great Battle breakdown. The fortress of Ansi quaked under the relentless assault of 200,000 Tang soldiers led by the legendary Emperor Taizong, the god of war. General Yang Man of Goguryeo, facing insurmountable odds, had fallen at Mount Durufal, leaving his country teetering on the edge of oblivion. Amidst the meager Goguryeo defenders stood Samuel, a soldier tormented by the loss of his sister, a renowned clairvoyant who had predicted their defeat. Now, burdened by grief and a desperate mission, Samuel braced himself for a perilous infiltration. In a final act of defiance, General Yang had entrusted Samuel with a mission of utmost importance: infiltrate Ansi, his former home, and eliminate Yang, the treacherous commander who had refused to aid Yan. With his deep ties to Ansi, Samuel was their last hope. News of Yang's disloyalty had reached the Tang camp. They saw Ansi as an easy target, ripe for conquest. Little did they know, a lone warrior, fueled by vengeance and patriotism, was about to unleash chaos within their grasp. Samuel arrives in a land divided. Jan believes the people of Ansi are traitors for following Yang, while Samuel argues killing Yang leaves them vulnerable to a rival warlord, Taizong. Determined to reach Ansi's capital, Samuel encounters lost Goguryeo soldiers seeking revenge on Yang. Along the way, he helps two men stuck in the mud. One of them, surprisingly, reveals himself to be Yang, the leader of Ansi. A fight ensues, but Yang's general, Chu, easily overpowers the attackers. Samuel claims to be from Ansi, but Yang remains suspicious. Captured and brought to the fortress, Samuel witnesses Yang's authority as he quells a brawl between lieutenants. During questioning, Yang reveals he knows Samuel is a spy sent by Yan, who considers him a traitor. Samuel claims to be fleeing Taizong's forces and desires to fight alongside Ansi. Yang ponders this, then assigns Samuel a dangerous task: carrying the commander's flag in battle, a beacon for enemy attacks. By night, Samuel witnesses a different side of Yang. The warlord visits a poor couple with a newborn, offering them food and showing genuine affection for the child. He even learns they named their son after him. Samuel is struck by the people's deep respect and love for Yang. The next morning, Samuel observes Yang working with the commoners. An old man tells him Yang is seen as the foundation of Ansi, their fortress. Meanwhile, Yang grows suspicious of General Passo's absence. Finding Passo's sister Becca in his house, Yang chases after her brother, hinting at a more profound family drama within the fortress. Filled with dread, Yang voiced his fear of losing one of them in the coming war. The weight of the potential loss hung heavy in the air. Becca, ever the pragmatist, assured him they were prepared. Just then, a horn blared, shattering the tense calm. Scrambling up the fortress wall, Yang discovered Taizong's recon unit. The enemy was close. The Ansi army, a mere 5,000 strong, braced themselves against Taizong's overwhelming force of 200,000 men and many siege weapons. With a leader's intuition, Yang noticed his troops' nervousness. His voice boomed, reminding them of the cause they fought for, a speech that ignited a fiery determination in their eyes. Taizong, grudgingly impressed by Yang's unwavering spirit, commenced the attack. Huge boulders rained down on the Ansi fortress, but the structural integrity held firm thanks to the ingenious sand-filled walls. Undeterred, Taizong ordered his men to scale the walls. A brutal hand-to-hand fight erupted. With unwavering trust in Yang, Becca and Passo's cavalry bided their time, waiting for the signal. It came. Seizing the opportunity, the cavalry units flanked the enemy from both sides, creating havoc. Meanwhile, breaching the fortress gate, Taizong's men stumbled into a trap. On the ramparts above, the Ansi army shoved them over the edge, forming a tight unit. Yang unleashed massive crossbows as a final blow, toppling siege ladders with devastating accuracy. With no way to scale the walls, Taizong had no choice but to retreat. Against impossible odds, the Ansi army had triumphed. Later that night, a troubled Samuel dreamt of his failure at Mount Drupal, and Yan branded him a traitor. A jolt woke him, and to his horror, he found himself staring at Yang, a dagger glinting dangerously in his hand. A heated argument erupts between Samuel and Yang. Samuel accuses Yang of cowardice for not sending reinforcements to Mount Drupal, leading to the deaths of Goguryeo soldiers. Yang counters that attacking Taizong in an open battle would be futile. Suddenly, a horn blares. Taizong's army has returned, wielding monstrous siege towers. Chu rushes to inform Yang, finding him under Samuel's dagger. Yang prioritizes Taizong's threat and orders Chu to stand down. The siege towers unleash a wave of Taizong's soldiers, overwhelming the Ansi army. Yang devises a plan. His men hurl oil pouches onto the towers, which he ignites with flaming arrows. The inferno consumes the towers as Yang and his soldiers fight on the city wall. During the battle, Yang is gravely wounded but saved by Samuel, who kills a charging enemy general. Days later, a recovered Yang thanks Samuel for his rescue. Taizong, frustrated by Ansi's continued resistance, hatches another plan. A mysterious woman, the clairvoyant, arrives at Ansi with a message from Taizong. She offers Yang a final chance to surrender before Taizong builds an enormous dirt mound that will dwarf Ansi's walls, making it impossible to defend. True to her word, construction of the mound begins the next day. The clairvoyant urges Yang to surrender, claiming to have foreseen Ansi's downfall, but Yang refuses. Months pass as the overwhelming mound steadily grows. Samuel suggests seeking reinforcements from the capital, but Yang doubts Yan's willingness to help. Instead, Paso proposes a daring plan, a direct assassination attempt on Taizong. Becca vehemently opposes this suicide mission, but Yang believes it's their only hope. Becca bids farewell to Paso, who promises a safe return. However, Paso's team quickly falls into a trap, revealing a traitor within Ansi who tipped off Taizong. The story ends with Paso severely injured. In the war-torn land of Goguryeo, the kingdom of Ansi faces a desperate struggle against the mighty Emperor Taizong. Paso, a trusted advisor, returns with devastating news. A mole within Ansi has been feeding information to the enemy. This mole is the clairvoyant, who claims to have seen a future where Ansi falls. Despite her pleas for surrender, Samuel, enraged by the betrayal, silences her permanently. Meanwhile, Becca, fueled by grief and vengeance, embarks on a solo mission to assassinate Taizong. Though she lands a glancing blow, it only scars the emperor before his soldiers brutally cut her down. Driven by these losses, Samuel ventures out to plead for reinforcements from General Yan. He emphasizes the bravery of Ansi's people, who continue to defend Goguryeo, despite being branded traitors. Back in Ansi, Yang, inspired by children playing in the sand, hatches a daring plan. He tasks the miners to dig a tunnel beneath a giant mound strategically positioned near the fortress. The miners, aware of the inherent risks, bravely agree to sacrifice themselves, if necessary, to collapse the mound and cripple Taizong's attack. As Taizong's army approaches, the miners complete their work. Unfortunately, heavy rain renders the cave supports too damp to ignite. Left with no choice, they chop down the supports, collapsing the mound on themselves and the enemy soldiers just as the battle commences. Enraged by this unexpected setback, Taizong launches a relentless assault. The battle rages for days, with Ansi's forces valiantly defending their position, using arrows and blazing wheels. Exhausted and depleted, Yang realizes their only hope rests on eliminating Taizong himself. He requests the legendary holy bow and arrow, but initially struggles to draw its immense power. Witnessing his soldiers falter, he summons his remaining strength and fires the arrow. Guided by the memory of his fallen comrades, the arrow finds its mark, piercing Taizong's eye and sending him reeling. At that critical moment, Samuel arrives with General Yan's reinforcements, tipping the scales in Ansi's favor. A defeated Taizong orders a retreat, marking the end of the war. Years later, a gravely injured Taizong succumbs to his wounds, forever deterred from invading Goguryeo again. Yang oversees the reconstruction of Ansi, while Samuel prepares to return to the capital. They acknowledge their shared victory, and Samuel departs, leaving Yang to rebuild his home and cherish the memory of those who sacrificed for its survival. That's all for this epic movie recap. Who do you think won the great battle? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more epic movie recaps from the Great Battle Movie Recap.